What is happening, my beautiful people? How you doing, beloved? It's Quadeuce. Welcome to the spiritual channel. We're here. We gonna talk about all things spiritual, and we gonna vibe. Welcome. This is the essence of Quadeuce, meaning my spiritual essence embodied into the channel and presented to you. Welcome. Alright. YouTube, what's happening? It's been so long since I've been able to post on this channel, and I am about to get very, very active. Finally, I've been able to get kind of where I need to be, if you would, and start posting. This video, I just want to talk about 2025, you guys, and everything. I want to touch on some of everything so far that we have going on. First off, always prepare yourselves in the physical realm for the BS, if you would, of the Matrix. It's 2025, you guys. Everything I would advise you all to be doing as far as 2025 is concerned, with prepping and preparing physically, the things that need to be prepared for you to be able to have the time and the resources to grow spiritually and ascend through this matrix and travel on even further and further beyond. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we can't ascend through this matrix because we don't have the time, and it's designed like that on purpose. I just want to say to all of my followers and all of my people that get to hear this lovely message, make time for who you are and what you are at your core. 90% of people, I'm sure, would agree that we're not our body. We're spirit. We're soul. You know what I'm saying? 90% of people would agree to that. But you take those same 90% of people, and most of them, 90% of the population, can't make the time to go in depth and discover who they are at a spiritual and soul level. And like I said, therefore ascending through this matrix and finally breaking free and being free. Now, that's as far as this physical incarnation goes. I think in 2025, on a spiritual level, it is very much time to put all of the disciplinary actions into play. If you've been off and on meditating, off and on with the good diet, bad diet, off and on with your shadow work, off and on with your grounding and your breathing techniques and whatever other things and whatever other tools that you have in your place of possession, you know what I'm saying, that you use to get better. Those are just some of the things that I think that will be beneficial to be doing in 2025. I do want to say, you guys, it is a lot going on, from extraterrestrials to presidential pardons and presidential orders. You got the whole thing happening in California right now with, people just getting fed up and tired and starting to stand up in mass numbers. It's just so much stuff going that will distract you. I think in 2025 it's important not to be fake woke, if you will. And I say fake woke because a lot of people are fake woke because they don't understand that there's not just the side of seeing what the oppressors want to do to you. That's just the side that we have to deal with in this physical incarnation. There's also another side that is all solely dependent on you and your spiritual growth and your shadow work and the things that you do to progress. And no one can stop that except for you. Now, people can try to get in your way, which is what the Matrix is designed to do. But hey, either you let them get in your way or you don't. Me personally, I'm going to find the 10 minutes out of my day, the 20 minutes out of my day, the 5 minutes, the 2 minutes, the 30 seconds, the minute. Those small times to go inside and get in tune and align with myself spiritually. Whether that's through meditation, whether that's through grounding, shadow work, etc. I'm going to make sure that I do that in 2025. And I think that is the biggest takeaway for it all. Now, for those that are just coming to terms and grips of spirituality, welcome again. I'm Quadeuce. This is my spiritual channel. I would like for you to know that before you jump into the spiritual side of things, it's not just one. It's very deep, it's very in-depth, it's very detailed, and it's multiple angles to look at everything from, if you want to be honest. Closing your mind to the different angles would be like closing your mind to the different angels, you hear me? The different angles, the different angles of light. Yeah, type shit. But yeah, you want to keep an open mind, because keeping an open mind is going to keep you on the right track. If there was a such thing as a right track, it would just simply be to be open-minded. Now, I don't believe in right or wrong. I don't believe in right or wrong at all. To be open-minded is, in my opinion, the right thing to do. To be closed-minded, in my opinion, is the wrong thing to do. Because if nothing is good or bad, nothing should ever be closed off as just like, oh, you shouldn't think about that, or oh, that's wrong to do. You see what I'm saying? Now, before I say that, I do want to say there are consequences that come with learning how to manipulate and wield your energy. Nothing is good or bad, but you will get some good or bad consequences based off of how you wield or manipulate your energy. So, don't be out here like doing whatever, talking about Quadeuce said ain't no such thing as good or bad. Understand. Get an understanding before you just jump out here and start doing things. Right? So, those are the things I think are very important in 2025. I think if you keep up with all of your routines spiritually, and this is going to be not just the channel trying to teach you guys some spiritual knowledge. There's plenty of channels out here in 2025 that you can go and learn spiritual knowledge from. Although I will teach you spiritual knowledge because I am aware that most people that I come across have not came across the type of knowledge that I've came across. So I'm going to be a vessel on this platform and on this channel, and I'm going to share with you guys, beloved, dearly beloveds. I'm going to share with you guys. Now, like I said, I'm trying to keep this video talking about 2025 since I haven't posted on this channel since 2024. Let me think. What else is going on out here in the world that we live in? Well, let me say this. All things are spiritual. All things are energy. So, knowing that all things are spiritual and energy, it should go off like a light bulb in your mind that you can use and connect with all things on an energetic and spiritual level outside of the physical level. So, I'll give an example. When you shoot that ball, are you just shooting that ball with your body? Or are you shooting it with your spirit, with your energy? Is it just the feeling of going through emotion? Or is it something you can feel? Example. Now, I think that when you understand and when you understand that all things is energy, and when you understand that all things are spiritual, you can instantly transform your life and get right out of this matrix, right out of this hell, and in certain aspects. It helps you to ascend out of this matrix a little bit. Because when you understand that all things are spiritual and all things are energy, now you see and interact with things on a metaphysical level. Now, when you interact and when you see and you vibe with things on a metaphysical level, it's different than when you interact and vibe with things just on a physical level. So, understanding that is vital in 2025. Also, get your resources in order and together. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm feeling, guys. Get your resources in order and together. I'm talking finances. I'm talking food. I'm talking land. I'm talking any type of resources you could acquire them in 2025. This is goals. I don't care if you have to connect with somebody, get together with somebody. Please, in 2025, I'm urging you all to please connect with other people. Just having connections can keep you from being in a bind. Or not having connections could put you in a potential bind. You know? So, 2025, get your resources together. Continue your spiritual practices. Understand that the matrix is ramping up, guys. There's going to be so many more distractions that's going to come out. Like, Think about this year, for instance. It's already crazy. Lil Durk, I just heard or just seen something about he coming home. Young boy came home. Larry Hoover done got a pardon. Just just everything I just said is a lot of news in one, and this has all happened in the span of weeks, mere weeks. The California riots going on every day. Trump is signing some new executive orders. It's crazy. If you're trying to keep up with it, a lot of people are going to get lost in just that, trying to keep up with it. I don't suggest that you try and keep up with it at all. Just breathe. What's the point of keeping up with it? There's no need. I don't suggest you try and keep up with it at all. I suggest that you stay in the loop and knowledgeable, right? But do not distract yourself with these details and distract yourself with it as entertainment. These celebrities are about to start. It's all kind of stuff is about to start coming out the water, and it has already begun. If you haven't seen or if you've even saw. Now, like I said, don't distract yourself with any of those things. Know what's going on so that you're knowledgeable and you can move accordingly. But don't let these things become your entertainment. As you can see, they posting all of this Diddy stuff. Still posting this shit. It's like, dang, I thought this Diddy shit was over for real. I kid you guys not, I have not looked at one Diddy case trial moment. I don't know shit that's going on in that case. I know he's a Hollywood guy. You know what I'm saying? He did some Hollywood shit. Cause that's what they do in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not distracting myself with the details. Even when these rappers was going to jail and getting out, I'm not distracting myself with the details. You got a Thug case, Dirt case, just so much shit. Like, it's just so much shit to keep up with. Who wants to keep up with all of this? I don't. I'm not stressing myself. Listen, you guys, and I'd advise, this is my advice to you all. I'm letting all of this shit go. 90% of the attachments that you have should be let go of. Like, what are you attaching yourself to a Diddy trial case for or whatever? What are you attaching yourself to that for? You're not Hollywood. You're never going to see the man, never going to meet the man. Like, I'm not attaching my energy to that shit. I'm not watching that shit. What am I attaching myself to whatever your most famous, popular, favorite artist is going to jail for? I'm not about to attach myself to that. What am I going to give that my energy for? No. In 2025, it's also important to know everything is energy. So, that means you're always either receiving energy or giving energy. You see what I'm saying? And you want to spend most of your time charging up or charging your energy. One great way to charge your energy is meditation. Physically, if you're feeling drained, grounding or earthing is a great way to feel refreshed quickly. But you're always giving or receiving energy. So you want to just be in a receiving state all the time. So if you're always giving and receiving energy, you need to allow yourself to be in a receiving or receptive state. That's feminine energy, fellas. That's feminine energy, fellas. I gotta say it like that. That's exactly what that is. A receiving state, receptive. If you think about the energy of a female, we always want our female to be receptive. She always receiving. During intercourse, the female is receiving. So it's feminine energy to be receptive and receiving. So if your masculine and feminine is out of tune and out of whack, it's gonna be hard to ascend. But to get back on the subject, being in a state of receiving is like being in a constant state of charging. You're charging up. Just think about it as if you were like on some Dragon Ball Z or something. And when you're grounding the earth and you're charging up, when you're receiving and receptive, being in your energy of receiving, you're charging up. You're charging up your energy. Whenever you're dodging the leech particles that the Matrix tends to set up, like news and media, and you're not giving your attention to that, you're saving it. And you can save it for yourself and use it to find peace and joy and happiness and love. You know what I'm saying? Now, on the flip side of those emotions, which I just mentioned, there's some emotions that you want to dodge or stay away from, if you would. Really, the truth be told, you don't want to be emotional in 2025. There's going to be so many things that's going to happen this year and in the next upcoming years. I've heard so much information. You guys have no idea. But you don't want to be emotional. You want to be in control. Think, I'm not an emotional being. I'm an in control being. Think about yourself like God or a goddess. God or a goddess would be in control completely. 100% in control of the things that they can control. You can control your feelings and emotions and thoughts, energy and spirit. So, in 2025, my goal for sure is to master this. Is to master the emotions, the negative ones, the ones that cause you to look at life like it's happening to you instead of happening through you. The ones that cause you to look at life like it can't get no worse or it'll never get no better. Those emotions, even happiness, can sometimes cause you to look at life like that, because happiness is a false joy, if you would. I want to be joyful. I want to be happy. I want to just be happy based off of me being in a specific state of being. I just want to be joyful, no matter what state I'm in. Which is like true happiness, if you asking me. That's my plan for 2025, is to master these emotions. And it's so hard, y'all. It is so challenging because you feel it, and it's like you gotta find a way to not numb it. You still gonna want to feel it and observe it, but you have to find a way to know that you have a choice. And at the end of the day, I can feel anger because somebody did something to me, but I have a choice to feel that anger. You have a choice on the things you can feel. They push so much stuff to your face because they want you to feel what they want you to feel. So that can in turn create your manifestations in your reality and bring a life to you that you don't even understand that you're technically asking for, because according to the laws of the universe, you're asking for it. Because why are you feeling this type of way, angry, mad, sad, depressed, or whatever, all the time? It must be because that's what you want to feel. The universe is always going to treat you like you have a choice, even if you don't know your choice exists. So when you choose something that somebody else chose for you, the universe is still going to treat you like you have a choice, even though you don't know. So that's why it is very important to get tapped in and tune into your inner self. That's why it is very important to understand who you are at your core. A lot of us, 99% of us, we live fake lives. We think we know ourselves at the core, but we don't know half of ourselves. How could we? How could we know half of ourselves when there's a spirit to you, there's a soul to you, and there's a body to you? And that breaks down into so many spiritual bodies and etc., right? So if there is all those different parts to you, and all you can tell me about yourself is, I'm an artist, or I'm an athlete, or I work as the supervisor of such and such company, or I'm the CEO of such and such company. Man, all that shit, none of that shit don't mean anything to me. It is so hard to be awakened. I say that it's so hard to be I don't want to say woke. Observant. I say that. I say observant because if you woke, then it's like you had to wake up from something, which can mean that you still sleep on something. But anyways, it's so hard to observe reality and see. I observe reality and I see. I see that I can't trust people to even know themselves and who they are. It is so difficult to understand that who that person is fit to present themselves to be is not who they are. And I know that, but how do I tell them that? I asked you who you are and you told me what you do or your position at a job or how much you make or what you're known for. I didn't ask you that. I asked you who you are. You have nothing to tell me about your soul. You have nothing to tell me about your spirit. You have nothing to tell me who you are. And for me, that has gotten me personally into so much trouble. Because who are you is what I ask a person to say such and such. In my younger days, I would when I was not as enlightened as I am now, I would take them for who they said they are. And I'd find that 9 times out of 10, it's not who they are at all at the core. So that has gotten me into a world of different challenges that I've had to face and obstacles that I've had to go under and over. And that's fine because that came with some wisdom and some things that I needed to know. But in 2025, understand that when you hop on this spiritual stuff, in this specific day, age, and time in 2025 and in the future and beyond, things is getting shallow out here. People are more and more like walking zombies than ever before. It's a world of follow the leader or what's trending, which is people don't understand to be following trends and to try to keep up with the Jones and to be popular is another way of saying follow the leader. Oh my goodness, let me cook. So, y'all out here thinking y'all being popular, following trends, trying to do the new dance, trying to wear the new fashion, trying to say the new slang. Whole time, the people that created and invented that is just looking at y'all like, that's it. There you go. Simon says, yep. Do exactly what I told you. Yep. All we gotta do is cover this shit up as a new trend. They gonna follow this shit without thinking 3 times. Yep. And that's what's going on in the world, right? So it's like everybody really being tricked. In 2025, I don't care if it's the people you around, the things that you're pursuing, the feelings that you feel, even the air that you breathe. Like, try not to get tricked. The biggest weapon ever to keep history, to keep people stuck in a certain position and stop or hope for progress is a trick, a lie, fooling someone. That's that's a time buyer. So when somebody tricks you or lies to you or fools you, it buys them some time to trick you and lie to you and fool you again. And before you know it, you will never catch up if they don't want you to or if they don't let up for it with the lying and the tricking because you're already behind. Like, I got to catch up to the lies. So, in 2025, get your resources together, keep your spirituality high, fight these negative emotions, feelings, vibrations, demons, aka, you feel what I'm saying? If you want to call that demonic, you know what I'm saying? Fight it. You know what I'm saying? And that's, like I said, it's hard to do, but it's essential. And subscribe. In 2025, you should be subscribed to Quadeuce Essence. Again, the reason why it's called Quadeuce Essence because this is me pouring my spirit onto this channel and this platform, in hopes to help others, change lives, inspire others, and help people's spirits and souls ascend and vibrate higher and transcend out of the BS of this matrix and etc. So that's it for this video, you guys. It's good to be back, man. I feel good to be back. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. We gonna have video after video after video after video after short coming on this channel because I'm going to be able to take whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm thinking about, whatever I'm talking about, and make a video regarding spirituality for you guys because, like I just said, everything is spiritual and everything is energy. It's Quadeuce. Until next time, stay in your loving receptive energy. Dearly beloveds, peace.